Lake Forest podcast is supported by viewers, listeners, and businesses just like you. Michelle Parno has lived and worked in Lake Forest for over 2 decades. Michelle's lending experience, when combined with her real estate expertise, makes her an invaluable asset to her clients as they navigate their home buying or selling process. Call Michelle now at 847-528-8721, 847-528-8721. For the best cannabis in the world, look no further than Iliad Epic Grow. Owned by Lake Bluff's own Rich Ruzich, they are a cannabis cultivation center focusing on hard-to-find small batch products that will delight both the occasional user and ganjier. When visiting Michigan, ask for it by name. Epic Products, exceptional process. For more information, email info@iliadgrow.com. Laracy & Company CPAs, founded in 2010 by Lake Forest's own Brian Laracy, specializes in tax preparation and bookkeeping services. Earning the People Love Us on Yelp award, their process is straightforward. Just upload, review, and file. For a free quote, visit LaracyCPA.com now. That's LARISEYCPA.com. I'm excited to share with you something special from our Lake Forest community, the Aesthetic Lounge Med Spa, located at 775 North Bank Lane in Lake Forest near Wisconsin Avenue. This just isn't any spa. They offer an amazing blend of traditional spa services plus the added benefit of medical procedures and treatments. In a relaxing and luxurious spa environment, you can enjoy a range of cosmetic and aesthetic treatments. These are all performed under the supervision of top medical professionals. The Aesthetic Lounge Med Spa provides skin care, facial rejuvenation, body contouring, laser hair removal, Botox, dermal fillers, chemical peels, and much more. What's great is that each treatment is tailored not just to enhance your appearance, but also to address specific skin concerns and to promote overall well-being. So if you're looking to pamper yourself and take your beauty routine to the next level, give the Aesthetic Lounge Med Spa a call at 224-768-8028 or visit them at their location on North Bank Lane. It's an experience your skin will thank you for. We'd also like to say we're thankful for our Patreon supporters, Otto, John C., Helen, Herrick, and JM. Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Hey guys, hello.
Good morning.
Ali K. and Hizzy.
In the his house. It's been too long.
You're not in a moving vehicle, are you?
It's not moving.
Okay.
Shut up, Joe.
Unless it's moving with no hands. Look, Ma, no hands.
That's
Mark 10 is in outer space, I see.
Yeah. Do you see Elon Musk's Roadster flying by?
Yeah.
Okay.
Great to meet everybody. Good seeing everybody.
Great to be met. What the hell is a chicken coin?
So, okay, wait, I can only talk about, like, the fluffy parts, and Mark talks about, like, the under-the-engine part, but Mark's super involved in crypto. You'll hear more about that. He has a regular investment firm, too, in Lake Forest, and he goes to all these conferences on crypto, blah, blah, blah. He knows, like, everything that's cutting edge, and he toed the idea and was like, would you consider having, like, a holly coin, right? Like, you know, it's, like, hot now. There's meme stocks, there's meme coins, there's NFTs, and I think he asked, like, a year ago or something, but I was like, you know what? Why not? You know, Mark, I think your phone's buzzing from all the Can you hear all that? Because that's how many Telegram notification that guy gets.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
Yeah, you gotta turn off the vibration. But anyway, that's how popular he is. He literally is plugged into the, like, internet stream of notifications. But so I was like, you know what? Why not? Like, it's been a year. You brought up the idea, and I was like, you know how to do it. Like, you figure that out, and we'll just launch it. And we were going to call it the Holly Kim token at first, but then, like, I was like, I don't know if I can. Anyway, the reason I started in government was from wanting pet chickens, and so the chicken has become, like, the mascot of, like, Holly Kim. So that's why it's the chicken token, and we launched it actually a month before New Year's, but we put all the info, like it was publicly available, but we wanted to make sure it wasn't like the healthcare Obamacare, like, website where it would, like, not work. So we wanted to, like, test it and all. So we put all the press releases out and everything for January 1st to kick off this new year. But yeah, we have the chicken token.
And just to be clear, this is a endeavor that you're doing as a private citizen, right? This is not officially involving Lake County government or Lake County tax dollars or anything like that, right?
100%. There's no tax dollars. It's not on the official side. And, there's just so many endeavors people can do out there that this is one of them. And I was like, what better time, though? It's super relevant now, especially as we have people going into the federal government who are super involved in crypto as well, right?
Yeah, and obviously a Lake Forest tie-in, and there was a story, what was it, Lake County News Dispatch, I think it was
Mm-hmm.
one of the, that's how I first learned about it, and that's where it piqued my interest, because again, not only are you, because it involves you, a past guest and the Lake County Treasurer, though you're doing this as a private citizen, but it also involves a company based out of here in Lake Forest. And Mark, maybe you can give an overview of your company, tell us all about it from that end and how it ties in with Lake Forest.
We started off as a financial advisor. I advise in traditional assets as well as alternative. And then the last few years, I'd say like 2021, we got more into blockchain technology, the different disruptive technologies that are out there. We do a lot of consulting in blockchain development, crypto assets research, so forth. We have a lot of partners in different parts of the world that we work with on the technical side, as well as partnerships on the Web2 business side of it. So I think it's just been, the last few years, we've seen tremendous growth in this space, not just the growth in alternative assets, but also as the digital space. People hear about cryptocurrencies, but there's also like NFTs. There's also applications for blockchain that most people aren't aware of. It's like in the background for what you do, and it's just we're just getting started. It's super early. There's a lot of cross pollination and different technologies crossing AI with blockchain and records and messaging and assets. So yeah.
What the hell is this chicken coin? I heard all the acronyms that Mark said, but like, what am I getting? Am I getting like wings at pucks, or like this is for the community? Like, what the hell? Are you the new Lake County Huck Tao girl, Holly Kim?
There's a Hucktail coin. I'm just saying.
I'm just
And there is
saying. That's what.
there's a Trump coin. So why couldn't there be a Holly Kim chicken coin? So
Maybe we should
yes,
have a Lake Forest podcast coin down the
you
road here,
can.
Pete.
You can. See, that's the thing. You can.
Okay.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. That's something that's open. We have that ability to create tokens and use it in an ecosystem for the Lake Forest podcast or any
Oh,
community service where you think would be valuable.
okay. Value. You just said it right there. Holly, I'm trying to buy something and I can't buy any coins on the link that's here. When is this going to be for sale?
So it is for sale starting like December of 24, and then we put the press release out January 1st just to kick off the new year. But we had it two different ways. There's like a link for people who currently own crypto, like they could do it that way.
Yeah.
But for people who don't own crypto, there's a second link which takes them to like, is it like how do
Yeah,
they
that
check
one,
out Mark?
we can edit that one out in post. I'm just saying, unless I go through Coinbase or something like that, or if I go to the link that's put up there with Holly's chicken logo on there, it's not accepting payment. So I guess you guys are sold out.
No, no. So that's the one for people with crypto. There's a second way that like
Okay.
Mark Tan set up for people with regular US dollar. Even my kids, like they buy like $20 of chicken coin. I think each coin is like 0.000. What are we at, Mark? So like you could buy a ton of chicken coin with $20. Like I'm just saying.
So where am I? Okay, so I can go to any outlet. Mark, maybe you can unmute and come back in and help me understand this. But I'm going to put $10. What is a chicken coin going for right now?
Yeah, it's going for about 0.000002 right now. So you can get quite a bit for your money right
All
now.
right, here's $1.
You can get a lot, yeah.
Okay,
So it's early. That's a great thing about it.
Yeah. All right. So I get the chicken coin, and basically, this is Holly Kim's way of putting her face on the currency in Lake County. Is that what's going on?
Oh no, not Lake County. It's the world. It's the
The
world.
world? Okay.
It's a coin for anybody. So there's a couple different ways this can work, right?
Yeah.
So when Mark Tan says ecosystem or community, it's like how Roblox, my kid plays Roblox. There's a Roblox community, and it's all online. So there could be like the Holly Kim following community, the Holly Kim, like whatever ecosystems on the internet with all of my social medias. But let's say the value of it goes up, and I currently, in fact, my campaign takes crypto, and last month, to put my money where my mouth is, we quote unquote cashed in all the crypto. I gave it all to Mark, and I said, put it all in chicken coin. So I don't recall if it was 6,000 or 8,000, but throw it all in chicken coin. So I was like, how much chicken coin do I have? Did the campaign, it's like millions. It's millions. So we'll just see what happens. I'm a large adopter of, as they call it, hodl with diamond hands on the internet. So we just hold. Like, Mark's in a different world where they probably pump, or he is more into the market, because that's literally his job. And he even has AI to do that, but I'm more of a holder. And so I was like, let's say if it even becomes $1 someday, $1, right? And I have millions of chicken token, any of that could be cashed in to help some nonprofit or some cause in Lake County. That's my brand. That's how I've been. There is zero chance it will all go to me. So there's possibilities in the future. But that's not just me. That could be anybody who has the coin, right? That's in real life. But on the ecosystem, on the internet, we can have our own community and what it's good for too. If I could just really tangent all the way back to the beginnings of Dogecoin. Yeah, Dogecoin over a decade, close to 2 decades ago. It was launched, and it was always philanthropic. So people who had Doge sponsored Josh Weiss, a NASCAR driver, and so his car said Doge on it. And a decade later, I think they funded the Jamaican bobsled team. So they used their coin for philanthropic things.
So, Mark, and maybe you can help me out with this, because I'm sure we got a lot of listeners out there
scratching their heads
that are like, what is, they don't understand the whole Bitcoin thing at all. So why don't you give a little Bitcoin 101 to somebody that's never
Bitcoin for dummies, right here.
Yeah, Bitcoin for dummies, like me. But because and you use the word disruptive, and I get why you're using that word, but some people are frightened by all of this. So why don't you give the Bitcoin for dummies, explain what good comes out of all this?
Sure. So Bitcoin started after the financial crisis. I don't know if you guys remember back in 2008, 2009, when we had the whole collapse of the financial system, mortgages and all this stuff. But I don't want to get into details of that, but it started back then. And it's basically liberation of something of value that you could send through the internet. I think that would be probably the easiest way to understand it. Instead of sending having cash or using PayPal or using or sending something on a the typical digital platforms. This is actual internet money where you could send, store of value that's yours. It's open ledger, transparent. You could see the different wallets. There's no hiding or anything. You could see the transactions of something of value that you could send to somebody or something anywhere in the world. It's less costly, and it's open and available to everybody in the whole world. Yeah. It's not just an American thing. It's a global thing.
Why would I use that instead of using the more traditional dollar or PayPal, like you were saying a minute ago?
Correct. Yes. And here's the other caveat. I know it may be too much for the average person that doesn't follow the fiat currency, what the governments are doing all over the world with over printing.
No, they're following seriously. They're following the Hucktow girl. They're worried about, we put money in chicken coin and you guys pull the rug out and we got no money left. That's what people are thinking right now. That's all the people know in Lake Forest is Hucktow.
Well, that was when this got posted on Facebook by the Lake County whatever newspaper it was. I think somebody made that exact comment about you, Holly. What? She's the Tuah girl.
They did? That wasn't.
Yeah, somebody in the comments section did. I saw that. I don't
I
know
mean,
if you
to be real, that gal is way more famous than me, so.
Oh, it's close.
She may be going to jail too. I don't know from what some of the stories I'm hearing, but I don't know.
But
Mark, back to the whole thing. Why would I take my investments and put it into this as opposed to more traditional investment? What's the advantage for me as an investor?
Wait, can I just jump in and be like, to anyone listening, this is not investment advice. We have to asterisk it all the time. All right, now proceed.
And
now
this is not using Lake County tax dollars. So let's make that clear as well.
100%.
is this a meme
Yeah.
coin? If so, what is a meme coin?
What is the meme coin? Okay, just to answer your question, Joe. Like first, just to reiterate what Holly's saying, we're not advising people to put money into Bitcoin or crypto or anything like that. We definitely want everybody to do their due diligence and also look at their situation. Would make sense. Everyone's got different risk tolerance, different, financial objectives, right? So I'm not saying everyone should go buy this, but if I were, if there was someone interested into putting money into this, I would just say that, the world's going more digital, and there's store of value. If you want to put something store of value in a digital world where things are, questionable as far as the, currencies and how they're valuable issued by the government. That seems to be one of the narratives that a lot of people like. And then also there's another narrative there where, Bitcoin is a transparent, open ledger store of value, where you have full control of your of an asset. You don't have to rely on a third party or a bank or institution. You have full control. So depending on what applies to you and what you believe in, I think, a lot of people buy Bitcoin or crypto for many reasons, and some, are more appropriate to each of them based on their situation.
How do I mine a chicken coin?
You want to
Very
mine
carefully.
it. Just pay $20, Pete, and get a ton of chicken coins. You don't even have to mine them.
I just bought a Raspberry Pi, and I want to try and mine me some chicken coin. When they say mining coins, Mark, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, so mining coins is so basically there's two types of production of these tokens, right? There's proof of work and proof of stake. I don't want to get too technical, but Bitcoin is proof of work. And when the original tokens, coins were first created, you have to mine them to create the tokens. And during the mining process, there would be mathematical calculations that would be completed before a token would be created. So if you have a miner, you'd be basically doing the work for the calculations, and you'd be earning tokens for mining, for solving those mathematical problems. So like there's Bitcoin miners, before there was Ethereum miners, but now they moved over to a proof of stake where you can stake and basically earn Ethereum. So basically it's the work involved for creating the blocks of each chain to create the blockchain and getting paid for the work for doing those calculations.
All right, let's lose the rest of the listeners now. What are you solving? Is somebody out there saying, "Hey, I need this problem solved," and if this problem is solved, that means that something got executed, and that's where a coin is made? Am I off?
Well, I think Mark, and Mark is viewing it definitely from the lens of the pro. Mark, they gotta know what a miner is, because at first some people are thinking they got a helmet and a
Yeah, I
pickaxe
know.
in
I'm
their
like,
so
Okay, so
Hey,
yeah,
when you're like,
miner,
oh, they
think
gotta
of
do a
miner.
math equation.
Yeah, I could basically it's like a little box. It's a box square. There's a fan, and it does calculations on the different mathematical problems that need to be solved to create the Bitcoin or create tokens. Yeah.
who is coming up with these mathematical problems?
It's the program when Bitcoin was created. It's
Okay.
part of it's the creator inventor that for each token to be created would have to solve these mathematical problems, and these miners would compete to solve these problems, and whoever would compete it would receive the cryptocurrency.
And scarcity is a big role in this because there's only supposed to be a certain amount out there, right? And that plays against inflation and all that. Am I looking at that right too?
Yeah, that's true. So the most Bitcoin that could be produced would be 21 million. Right now we're about 19, and there's a bunch of them that are still lost. Someone's hard drive or someone lost a password. So it's actually going to be less than that, than the 21 million that people are expecting once all the Bitcoin is produced and so forth. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try to Pete-splain this. So this is something that's out there because, of course, you're in Lake Forest, and I mean, you could every 10 feet you trip over a financial advisor in this town. But they'll say, again, depending on your risk profile, you should have something that fits in this. If you're more aggressive, then you'll have something that would go into this, and chicken coin would play a role in this. So we're hoping that this thing appreciates because if it's at 0.0001, I think I got a buck around here somewhere. I'm in. I just have to figure out if I can deal. What's a transaction fee, like $75? So I go in there and I put it in. I got my coin, and over time it should appreciate it, and it would be something depending on my risk profile. This will be something that I could make a buck on, but it's also something that I could buy things with on the internet because there's in shopping carts you can use coins, right, Mark?
Yeah, it depends on the merchant. It could definitely be used as a medium of exchange. So, like for example, let's just say Holly had an event, and to buy tickets or to use it as a form of payment to purchase goods or services during an event, they may require a chicken token. So that could increase the value of the chicken token. So, for that example, yes, that's how it could be used as a form of payment.
Okay.
So now a couple years ago, what was it? What was the guy's name? Fried that got indicted, and the whole Bitcoin crypto industry seemed to crash.
Was that
But
FTX?
what's that?
Was that FTX, Mark? Was that guy?
Yeah, so it's Sam Bankman-Friedman, FTX.
Friedman, yeah.
That's correct. Yeah.
So everybody was kind of getting down on Bitcoin in general. But as Holly mentioned at the beginning of the show, Donald Trump's getting sworn in next week as president again. And he's got a number of people in his administration. I don't know if it's the Treasury Secretary himself, but some other economic advisors that come from the Bitcoin industry. And the last few months, Bitcoin has gone up. So where are we at on this? I mean, is this just the ups and downs of a market, just like we see the stock exchange going up and down over the years? I mean, or is this something to stay? I mean, people out there, again, for Bitcoin for dummies, they're kind of, what is this? What am I getting myself into? That type of thing. Where's it going?
Sure. Well, actually, something bigger before Donald Trump was elected was happening. Basically, American institutions were adopting Bitcoin as an institutional asset for hedge funds, family offices, the big money investors to invest in Bitcoin through ETFs, exchange traded funds. So I don't know if you're familiar with ETFs. Think of it as like a mutual fund that trades like a stock. So you could have like a gold ETF, you could have like a healthcare tech ETF, but Bitcoin ETFs came out early last year, and that's why you've seen the rise even before Trump won the election and had all these pro crypto policies. The rise of Bitcoin going higher. Prior to the election, Bitcoin hit as high as 75,000. So it's been already that trend prior to Trump being elected. And then if you also look outside the U.S., there's a lot of institutional assets being converted into Bitcoin, and acceptance as a legal tender. All those different things are going on in different countries all over the world. Actually, Asia, a lot of Asian countries are more accepting and more open with cryptocurrency as an asset than it is here. We're more stringent here in the U.S. And having the U.S. dollar as a reserve world currency, I can see why they're a little more hesitant with accelerating that pace. But yeah, with Trump coming in, that only helped, kind of help increase the value the last couple of months.
And if I could just jump in real quick, in terms of is it here to stay? So like myself, I would call myself a more traditional investor that has like, the retirements, the Roth, the non-Roth, and then here's the small little like crypto portfolio that I have on top of that, right? So I've mixed and diversified all sorts of things. Mark's at a different level. Crypto is very risky. Crypto is like it's almost like the penny stock of the world, but in a different way. Bitcoin's not. Chicken coin's like a penny stock. Anyway, but if we've reached a point where, and I would say this is at least 5 years ago, I go to Jewel and the Coinstar machine can give you crypto. And then there's crypto ATMs. Yesterday I was eating pizza with my kids at Costco, cheap dinner. And next to me was an ATM machine that would not only give you cash, but you could also get crypto. It said Bitcoin. And I was like, well, what do you know? It's at Costco. Like if my grandma can use Coinstar for her coins and suddenly buy crypto, I'm like, that means it's accessible to everyone. It's here. Like I could argue that it's not here, but seeing it with my own eyeballs, like at Jewel, that my grandma could buy it, with just dumping her bucket of coins in, that means it's here.
Is it regulated like is it get reported to the IRS just like all the other investment income? So you got to report it on your 1040 every year and all that? Or is that one of the reasons people are doing it? Because the government doesn't track it. I was just curious on that.
Yeah. So there's several ways you can, buy and sell and acquire crypto. You could use a centralized exchange such as Coinbase or a Binance or a Gemini, and they would help you with the tax preparation. They would provide the transactions, the buying and selling. As far as how it's taxed, it's similar to like stocks. So, for example, if you make a profit within 12 months, it's short term, it's income, right? You'll be taxable on your rate as far as your income tax rate. If it's 12 months or longer, it's long-term capital gains. As far as the other version, there's something called Web3 wallets or decentralized apps. You could buy tokens. You'd be fully responsible for it as far as the security, the buying and selling, but at the same time, you'd be responsible for making sure that you properly inform the IRS about your tax liabilities. So there's two ways of doing it.
All the financial people are going to be calling me tomorrow.
It's a new world.
What the hell are you guys talking about? Why? What are you doing? Why are you doing?
But you are based in do you live in Lake Forest, Mark?
No, I live in Vernon Hills. I live in Vernon.
Okay,
I've been part of Lake Forest community for a long time. I did stuff with with the high school and entrepreneurship program with the kids like a decade ago. We sponsored a TEDx talk. This is like less than a decade ago at the Gorton. So yeah, we're actively involved with the different communities and the people there, and just part of the school. My kids went to Montessori Lake Forest, so yeah, we're active in the community.
I got this gold bar here, and I got Bitcoin. Warren Buffett, he has opinions on gold. You've heard his opinions on Bitcoin. Just sell me on why would I keep gold and why would I keep Bitcoin?
Well, as far as gold, I have no problem holding gold. I mean, I think gold, has thousands of years of, acceptance of as a store of value, right?
You can wear it. You can wear it, right?
Yeah, you could wear it. You could,
okay.
There's a lot of things you could do with it, right? For someone to keep Bitcoin, I would just say that there's so many catalysts coming up for adoption, for acceptance in the financial system. If you have any tendency, just start off with a small amount.
Chicken coin.
With a small amount where you think you could risk, or you even want to say risk, or not handle the volatility. I would say that, but I think having a portfolio, you don't have to have one or the other. You could have both. Like there's no, you could diversify in gold. There's nothing wrong with gold at all. I mean, Bitcoin, it's a digital. If you think about the younger generation, right? They're all on TikTok. They're all on their phones. They're all on their iPads. what do you think they're going to use for their currency, right? I mean, it's going to be digital. That's
The young
the
people are
generations
literally
coming
using
forward. Yeah,
Robux. They're using
Yeah.
right.
Robux on Roblox. Like they're in digital worlds using digital money. Even when you play The Sims, right? You could pay for better clothing and skins on your Sims.
I mean, there's 30-year-old kids out there who don't have a checking account that have to go do cashier's checks, and because you have legacy businesses out there that don't take in electronic funds. So you have these kids that have to go to the banks to get sort of a checking. Dad, can I borrow your checking account? That is going out there. Joe, your kids aren't going through that?
Um, they're 20 and 18, so I don't know. They're still they still
No, but I
tied to
mean, they're
mom
going
and
to have
dad.
to,
But
well, they're going to have to get an apartment and they're going to need a check, put down a
sure,
deposit and do all
yeah.
somebody's and these kids are like, what's a checking account? And then I'll throw shade against Chase, those robber barons, the monthly fees that they have in that stuff. And I'm looking at it like, why am I doing that? So I get it. I am so ready to adopt this. It's just you have to fight through all this negative crap, and we make fun of Hucktow Girl, but there are coyotes out there that sponsor this stuff, and I'm scratching my head when my treasurer is coming out and pitching a coin. To me, that screams top of a market.
No, that's funny because we had to make sure the press release did not talk about my official capacity. I didn't even mention my title because I did check. I checked with legalities of all, and they were like, I just be cautious that it doesn't look like you're endorsing and that, people should buy this because, and I was like, all right. So we just launched it like any other regular coin out there. And I said, to even my friends, I'm like, just buy $20 of it. I'm like, think of it like a Trump bear or Trump shoes. Like it's a Holly Kim chicken coin. Would you put your entire retirement on the Trump bear? I don't know, but like, would you put $20? Like, yeah, it's
I
like
did get
20
my
bucks for the
American
coin.
flag back there. See that? I'm
Yeah,
getting ready for
I see
January
it.
20th.
I mean, it seems like every commercial break on Fox News Channel, there's an ad for buying gold, right? So,
But it's
like you
always
said,
been like that in
yeah,
silver and all that crap.
Yeah, that's always been, even when I was a kid, those commercials. Mark
Yeah.
also has been really nice in that, and I appreciate and I work with Mark because he's got much of a similar heart like mine. He said, you know what, if anyone buys in January, he's like, I can give them some additional other coins too. And I was like, you don't even have to do that. But he thinks it's
Oh yeah,
like,
you do.
it's an online community. Yeah. So he's like, if anyone buys in January, the transaction, so whether you have crypto and you buy it with one link, he'll send you additional other coins. And if you buy it through the other link of people who've never bought crypto before, what he does is he'll open a portfolio for you at T Capital Coin, his place, and he'll put the chicken coin in there, but he'll throw in other coins too. And so Mark's being real nice for the month of January. I was like, you don't have to, but yeah, he's being real nice about it.
Mark 10, you know who takes crypto? I think Patreon.
Patreon. Yeah,
Yeah, I hear Patreon does.
yeah. I'm not surprised. I think everything is going that direction as a
I would send you that
alternative.
direction so we can
Payment.
put your logo on the show.
Yeah.
Patreon is the method to support the Lake Forest podcast. Is why he's.
Oh, okay.
You like that? You like that? Yeah, everybody's selling something at any given moment. Somebody's buying, somebody's selling.
I don't make a dime out of this other than an occasional beer from Pete. That's
Yeah,
Hey,
when they do their food reviews.
oh
yeah, we
yeah.
got to do some food reviews. Furs and Lantern and Chiefs. We'll keep her away from Deer Path Inn after you trashed them a couple of weeks ago. But
We're all acquired
I love
taste.
Deer Pass. I love them.
Well said. Well said, treasurer. Is there anybody you don't like?
Yeah,
Steve?
actually.
oh,
Different
here we
show.
go. Here we go.
No.
Different show. We'll have people pay a premium for that one. We'll have a different show where they pay to hear the things I don't like. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, Holly, on another note, TikTok, what the hell's going on with that? Are you on that Rednote crap? Like, what is the issue with that? Because you are on the tech pulse of Lake County.
Yeah, so, okay, if I give a general overview to people who don't know and just fell into the planet today, TikTok is a social platform, lots of young people. It basically swayed an election. I'm very convinced. Congress was briefed in a executive session way, like I'm not privy to that info, and apparently they were told that it has security issues, right? And so based on that, they moved to ban it. They said you can't own it, even though the guy who keeps testifying is like, I'm not Chinese, I'm Singaporean. And like all the questions just are, lately Congress questions just all seem to be like attack questions and not real questions. But anyway, so then what's interesting is after Barron told his dad, Trump, like, you got to be on this platform. Like, this is where all the young people are and all the influencers and blah, blah, blah. And so Trump says out his mouth now, like, TikTok may have helped me win this. So I'm going to look into whether we can what we could do, because I don't think there's like an actual what he can do, but they're going to look into what he can do, right? And so in preparation for the most recent thing, I think the Supreme Court or something, don't quote me on this because I have like 2-second attention span on TikTok forwarding, is like that the ban is going to happen for the 20th. So all these people jumped to try to find an alternative, whether it was Lemonade, whether it was Rednote. Now the irony of Rednote, because this is how, people operate on the internet, arguably the same crowd that welcomed Jesus with the palm fronds and the same crowd that yelled, crucify him, was like, we're just going to jump straight to an actual Chinese app that's owned by the Chinese Communist Party. And it was Rednote. And like all the things on the side, they don't even know what the menu items are because they're all in Chinese, but they're on it. And like the trolley joke that they're saying is, well, I might as well just, give my dance routines and whatnot to the Chinese spy that's spying on me. And so I don't know what's going to happen with TikTok. I'm one of those people who just drag their feet and see what happens. And look, if all my videos
Elon
on
buying
TikTok
it, yes
are
or no?
gone,
Elon buying it?
I don't know if Elon's buying it. There's also gossip that Mr. Beast might buy it. There's also gossip that what if a company from Canada buys it?
Oh,
That'd be a plot twist.
Well, they're going to be the 51st state, right? Them in Greenland. So,
Holly, what's the budget in place for in 5 days? Do you have like the Trump budget ready to go for Lake County to deal with what's happening?
You know what? I don't know. I don't know any of that. Like my brain's on. We just wrapped up like all the final things for the end of like tax year. And so now it's on to audit season. Like that's where work is at. So I don't know anything in preparation for like inaugurations and stuff.
All right. Are you rolling any code? That's all I want to know for tax bills and all that stuff. Is anything going to get shut down or is it smooth sailing?
What's interesting is we can never shut down.
Well,
Holly, like during the the pandemic, I literally had an all staff meeting to be like, guys, I know all these people are staying home and blah, 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 but like we literally have to process these checks or nobody gets paid. Like the first responders don't, the villages, the schools that are trying so hard to figure out how to do online, all of a sudden, like no one's going to get paid if we don't process these checks. So I literally got plastic dividers from Home Depot. This was before PPE came out. And we just figured out a way to alternate people's bodies in spaces and plastic so that we could like keep going. And we're like the smallest office, like barely anyone knows about, 15 people. But if we didn't do it, like every MFing thing was going to shut down. That's so crazy.
All right. So you're still.
Now, let me ask you this, right around the corner, we just finished the 2024 elections, but we're not too far away from people having to file petitions for the 2026 elections.
Yeah.
Your term is up. You're in your second term. What are you going to do?
I'm definitely going for re-election. And yeah, I was like, what's interesting though is like when I started, I had this list of all these things to like knock out, and it took a long time, and sometimes like your own like stands in your way, but we've accomplished so much and we've done so well. Like our investments are like gangbusters. Like I always presented to the board how well we're doing, because before they used to just park them in CDs, and like we are diversified, we're doing maximum. Like we had a press release go out that talked about a record year of like the highest interest we've ever had in the existence of but like I don't know. It got picked up nowhere. We put the press release out. It got picked up in no news. So, we're just like the math department.
You only make the news when bad stuff happens. That's that's the rule of politics, right? I mean,
Hey, there are
so with all the rumors of Dick Durbin retiring and Brad Schneider stepping up to run for Senate, or if Pritzker runs for Senate instead of governor, and there's all this backfill of positions in Lake County if that congressional seat's open, either for the seat itself or for other seats. You're saying, regardless of that, I'm just going to run for reelection as Lake County treasurer?
Yeah. I, as a nerd who treats this like a sport, that one championship game of who's going to be the federal senator is going to be quite the sport to watch. I need a big bucket of popcorn, lots of them, because so many people are going to want to run for that. So one, it'll be exciting to see if the racehorses that I think are going to run, and then two, like which one makes it over the finish line. Like it'll be quite the sport.
Hey, Mark, where do we send people to your site? How can we get you some coin? See what I did there?
Sure. There's a link. Basically, I created. I could send it to you guys, and
I'll
then
put
also,
it right here.
Yeah.
Is that one of those
Right here,
affiliate
I can-
links? So I can get some CHKN on the side.
Yes, yes. So I'll send you a link to that, and then if you guys have problems, like if someone has challenges buying it, we could do it on their behalf and save it for them or send it to them as well. So
what we need?
we make it easy for everybody.
Yeah, that's it. Because people are like, I'm sure this glossed over 80% of the people, which is fine, but only 20% of the people are going to invest in it. I would love to have the official Lake Forest webinar on chicken coin investing sometime to recruit some people. I'm there for you, Holly.
And Holly, whatever happened with the chicken? Whatever happened with the chicken? The thing that got you started in Mundelein, right? Was that you couldn't have chickens in your backyard? Is that still the case in Mundelein, or are there chickens now in your backyard?
So 10 years later, they allowed chickens. About 5 years ago, I moved to unincorporated because Lake County allowed chickens first.
So you're not in the village of Mundelein anymore?
Yeah, I'm like right in unincorporated by 2 blocks. I'm over by the Aldi, by Diamond Lake. So I have 4 chickens. In fact, I had one of my kids check on the eggs this morning, and they said it was a frozen egg out there because it's like 3 degrees. So.
Oh,
I don't even know what the rule is. I don't know what the law is in Lake Forest about chickens in the backyard. I mean,
I think Lake Forest doesn't allow, but Grays Lake, Antioch, like a couple towns, Long Grove allow chickens. Although I did put a post saying there's a municipal election coming up April 1st, and I go, if anybody, since egg prices can sway national elections, I go, if you've ever wanted to have pet chickens, these are the people who would vote on that is your local municipal race, so especially with the egg prices. Have you guys seen? It's like $8.99 for, a dozen and a half eggs.
Yeah, eggs are pretty expensive, though. Donald Trump's going to fix that, right?
He's going to fix everything, man. You just wait and see.
Okay, Google, set a timer for 6 months from now to remind me to check on how the eggs are doing.
Yeah, exactly.
All
right. Hey, Holly, I know this is a personal adventure for you, but also, you can be found online if anybody has an issue, paying the bills. Lake County Treasurer Holly Kim, thank you, a longtime friend of the show. Give our greetings to our boy Vince Vega, or Anthony Vega.
Anthony Vega! Yes.
He is a player. He has come out of his shell, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. I'm really glad about that.
You know what? Tell him he should wear a cape.
Okay. Although, according to The Incredibles, no capes. Get sucked into turbines.
Exactly why you should wear it. All right. So, hey, look, Holly Kim, I'll tell you what, you watch in 10 years, her reservoir will always be filled with water. Always.
Hashtag too soon, Pete.
Too
Hashtag too soon.
Mark Tan, Holly Kim, Joe Weiss. Hey, man, another great episode of Lake
Thanks,
Forest
guys.
Podcast. Hopefully somebody understood it.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Michelle Parno has lived and worked in Lake Forest for over 2 decades. Michelle's lending experience, when combined with her real estate expertise, makes her an invaluable asset to her clients as they navigate their home buying or selling process. Call Michelle now at 847-528-8721, 847-528-8721. For the best cannabis in the world, look no further than Iliad Epic Grow. Owned by Lake Bluff's own Rich Ruzich, they are a cannabis cultivation center focusing on hard-to-find small batch products that will delight both the occasional user and ganjier. When visiting Michigan, ask for it by name. Epic Products, exceptional process. For more information, email info@iliadgrow.com. Laracy & Company CPAs, founded in 2010 by Lake Forest's own Brian Laracy, specializes in tax preparation and bookkeeping services. Earning the People Love Us on Yelp award, their process is straightforward. Just upload, review, and file. For a free quote, visit LaracyCPA.com now. That's LARISEYCPA.com. I'm excited to share with you something special from our Lake Forest community, the Aesthetic Lounge Med Spa, located at 775 North Bank Lane in Lake Forest near Wisconsin Avenue. This just isn't any spa. They offer an amazing blend of traditional spa services plus the added benefit of medical procedures and treatments. In a relaxing and luxurious spa environment, you can enjoy a range of cosmetic and aesthetic treatments. These are all performed under the supervision of top medical professionals. The Aesthetic Lounge Med Spa provides skin care, facial rejuvenation, body contouring, laser hair removal, Botox, dermal fillers, chemical peels, and much more. What's great is that each treatment is tailored not just to enhance your appearance, but also to address specific skin concerns and to promote overall well-being. So if you're looking to pamper yourself and take your beauty routine to the next level, give the Aesthetic Lounge Med Spa a call at 224-768-8028 or visit them at their location on North Bank Lane. It's an experience your skin will thank you for. We'd also like to say we're thankful for our Patreon supporters, Otto, John C., Helen, Herrick, and J.M.